I used to be a swimmer. I also loved running. And after watching Tour de France on TV, I also really wanted to get a road bike to get that same feeling of climbing up the mountains. And I guess triathlon is the only sport where you can combine sort of those three sports. I think I've always felt that I had a very strong engine that I always could keep going. That's something I sort of learned from since I was a kid, I guess. I could always just keep going in training, and I was very energized. So I guess that's also why triathlon is fitting quite well, because it's really demanding on your endurance. Take the run as an example. It's not just about the 5 or 10k run, but in the end it's how well you're running off the swim and bike, and that makes it even more endurance based. I did my first triathlon race back in 2008, and then a few months later I was contacted by Stein Gunnarsson, who wanted to start up the youth national team, because back then there was no national team at all. The big dream then was to prepare or follow us towards the Olympics. So we had a 10-year vision on the program we were starting back then. Of course, it's special when you are back in 2010 targeting the Olympics game 10 years ahead, and knowing that that's the race you want to win and trying to do everything on the road towards that goal. Of course, it comes a lot of pressure the closer you get to the date of the race. I guess that's some of the things I'm the most proud of in my sporting career, to actually be able to set myself a goal that far away from the race itself, 10 years ahead, and stay stick to the plan. On top of that, being able to put it all together when it really matters on the race day in Tokyo. Even on the way to Tokyo, we've always been very had a lot of confidence in our own training and the volume we were doing, and even though I was sort of tunnel view on the Olympics, I also knew that Ironman was something I wanted to do in the back end of it, and I've always had a lot of confidence that I could switch quite quickly around and almost be ready for an Ironman, equally as good as I was preparing for the Tokyo Olympic Games. I remember sitting down in Rio and I was asked what's the ultimate challenge in triathlon, and I said that's to win the Olympics, the World Series, the 7.3 and the full distance Ironman in one season. Okay, I used one extra year to win the 70.3, but I managed to sort of put the rest inside 1 year frame, and of course that's something I'm also very proud of, that I've been able to balance not just an Olympic distance but combining it with a sprint distance, half distance and full distance Ironman. And now maybe the biggest challenge is to go from full distance Ironman back to the Olympic distance. I feel I'm on track in terms of being in the fitness and shape I need to be in July, but again it's about balancing here for another 6 months. And why Paris is so unique, and especially with the Paris and Kona combo, is that in the past there's only been one guy who's been able to win the Olympic gold and the Ironman World Championship within a year, and I want to replicate that guy and that performance by doing it once again. And hopefully we will see by the end of 2024 that both Paris and Kona has been done.